Hello, it's Melissa here, and I'm finally ready to show you what I made with my October hit kit. And so this is what I've got left. I'll just move these out of the way. Guys, this is the paper that I've got left. So it's mostly scraps, bits and pieces, and I love this vellum. And the biggest piece I've got is this one here, and that's the back side. And then I've also got the same piece because I got the pattern paper add-on and I got the embellishment add-on, and I've hardly used any of them, and I struggled with them. And it could be because I had my October click kit was the same collection, was Happy Things by Printfresh Studio. So that could be why, I'm not sure, but all of this will go into my scrap bag and it will definitely get used up. So moving on to the embellishments, and I used all of the enamel dots and sequins. Love it when it happens. Let me shut the curtain behind me. I think that's better for light. Sorry about that. I've got three of the hearts, the wood veneer, and one of the strips. I've got these puffy stickers, and I hardly use any of these, so they'll definitely go into my stash and get used up. For the crepe paper Wonder ephemera, I did make a really good dent in them, and these are the bits I've got. That's from the washi tape. So these will definitely get used, and I have two of the cut parts as well. October Afternoon stickers, I've made a good use of using them, and I'm not sure where the other one that goes with this little tile stickers, but I used up a good amount of them as well. Oh, it's there. It's hiding. So, well, actually it doesn't look like I've used that many, but I have. You'll see them on my layouts. I've got these left from the Dear Lizzie chipboards, and they will get used as well. Didn't use very many of these, I think because I was so loving the gold, and you'll see in the next lot. These are so beautiful, so I've got those left. And that's all I've got with the, turn it the right way for you, with those thicker words, but I love them, which is beautiful. So I made a total of 14 layouts, which I think is pretty good with the three kits that I had. This is the first one that I made, and this was when I realised that I had no creative flow, and it's what really spurred me on to make my Making Lemonade series. So I had great hopes of this layout, and it's not that I don't like it, I just really struggled with it, and in all honesty, I had just found out that a colleague that I look up to in my career, he had died of cancer, and we didn't even know he'd been sick, so it was pretty shocking. And then I think it was the day after the funeral I tried to scrap, and I really wanted to scrap, and the photo I chose to scrap was of my husband's grandparents, and he's since passed on, and he was like a granddad to me, so probably really wasn't the best layout to be scrapping, but anyway, it's recorded and it's done, so that's that one. This one was for the Crafty Maven getaway, and it was for Scrap Lift Saturday, I think, and I chose the sketch that I kept, and it's one that Ashley Horton designed, and I just absolutely loved it, and it was perfect for these two snow photos of Sean and Brielle. So, and I hand cut my hearts and then just embellished them, and if you go onto the Crafty Maven getaway, you'll be able to find that video. Okay, for this one, this is Brielle when she was a baby, and I used to like to sneak in there and take photos of her when she woke up because she's always so happy. And for this one, I wanted to challenge myself and use a paper that I knew I'd find difficult as a main piece in the background, so it was this piece of Amy Tangerine, and I wanted to go with the monochromatic sort of pinks whites and then bring in some gold, and so I've called it Hello Happy because she's always happy when she wakes up. I bought in some washi tape from my stash, and I still have to date this one as well, so that's that one. This one I think was for Stuck Sketches. I made it with one of the challenges, and it's could have even been a photo from the same series as the last photo, but I've called it Cute Napper, and I just love how she sleeps with all her blankets on her. And the flare in this kit were just beautiful, and so with the Crepe Paper Wonder as well and the Dear Lizzie, I just thought they all worked really well together. So I loved this sketch because it had lots of bits of paper, so that's that one. This one was for a school-themed blog hop, which was organised by Crafty Meggie, and it was just awesome. I loved it, and I always have school photos that need to be scrapped, and I used a sketch, I think possibly a sketch for this one as well. And I find sketches are really good when the scrapping mojo is lacking, and I love this background paper, and I just wanted to have my just layout flowing off that. So I've seen other layouts where people have worked on embellishing these triangles, but I just wanted to leave them and have them blend into the background, and then I just built my layout on top. And so it's a cute photo of Sam. We should know better, but because my husband is one of the teachers at the school, but I totally forgot about photos and he hadn't had a haircut. But in the end, we just rolled with it, let the good times roll, because that's just him when his hair's longer. So yeah, just love how that one turned out. This one is also, I think it was Sketchabilities. Yeah. So this was my friend's baby who was born in February, and I took a few photos. It's really lucky, privileged actually, to be able to take these photos. And I have a process video for this one and for the last one too. And if you go over to my channel, I'll put the link. What am I saying? You are on my channel. Haha. If you've come from my blog, you will find my channel. That's what I'm trying to say. So this one ended up just being so gorgeous. I wanted to keep it monochromatic, a lot like the pink one, but really focus on the blues and the greens, and added a bit of gold with the vellum and the white. And so I added the glassine bag from the kit. This was a Dear Lizzie watercolour, like a die cut that you can watercolour, and I had one left. It was from a past kit, and I just left it white, and I just love, because he's asleep and it's just gorgeous. I think he was about 3 days old, so his name's Matt. And then this one, I just got my favourite bits and pieces from the Crepe Paper Ephemera, which were the flowers, the tag, the dream, the hello, little you, and the little teddy bear, and also the bee, because it's Brielle. And I've called it hashtag first selfie because I took it after she was born, on the day she was born. And I just love this. And I just wanted all these elements to be seen. I cut out some of the triangles and punched out some butterflies and hearts. And I pulled in some of the Maggie Holmes kind of puffy stickers in gold and cream. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. So I loved adding the stitching onto this one. This one is Azaria's birthday, and this one I scrap lifted another one, which I probably should show you first. So this one was for the Crafty Maven, I think it was Getaway. We had an online crop one weekend, and Tanya issued a challenge, and it was to do something that scares you as far as your creating goes. And her one was stitching on circles, and that's also mine as well. So I decided to create this one, and this was Azaria's first school photo, and she kind of cried after this, and for two reasons she looked like this. Number one, she didn't want to go to school, and number two, she didn't want me to take a photo. But anyway, I'm big on scrapping first day of school photos. It is what it is. She wasn't happy. It's part of the story, and so I thought it was perfect that I could add the little rabbit face, the cloud with the rain, and yeah, just love how this one turned out. I cut these circles with my Cuttlebug and one of my dies, and that's some of the washi tape that I stuck onto white cardstock and then die cut. And I just in the end sprinkled with gold colour shine, of course. And I thought this little quote was perfect, and it's on one of the Wonder ephemera. It's all okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. And I thought that just went so perfectly with this. And please excuse my voice again. I'm still suffering from hay fever at the moment, so that's why I sound nasally. So for this one was for my Making Lemonade series, which is all about how to get your creative flow back, or how to create when you've lost your creative flow. Because often, as scrapbookers and fanatical ones like myself, we want to keep creating even when we don't really feel it. So this one was all about scrap lifting yourself, so I chose to scrap lift this one. And the main elements, I'll bring it back, that I picked up were I wanted this banner here, which I extended down, and the circles. So this is Azaria's birthday, and she turned 6, and we just had a little cake for her in the evening. So these photos were taken at night, and I cut my circles again, and if you watch my video for this one, you'll see how I cut out the circles from those papers and just built my layout. And I really just went with the flow and just added circular elements until I was happy. So I've called it Eat Cake because I made her a little star cake and we decorated it. So that's that one. By the way, I could have done with probably 3 sheets of these sequins and enamel dots. They were amazing. This one I'm not entirely happy with. It was for Let's Get Sketchy, and it was an incredibly challenging sketch for me. And in saying that, it's not that I don't like it, it's just that it pushed me out of my comfortable I guess, my comfort zone, and it made me do some mixed media because I really felt the sketch was directing me to do that. So I started with gesso, and then I put, I think, some acrylic paint, and I've got gold paint that just came from the dollar store. I put a doily, and I just layered up some papers behind my photo. I cut that sweet ride out of the Amy Tangerine paper that had the bike on it, and I adhered some vellum here, and then I put India ink on top of that. And we had a day's snow motorbiking. If you've watched some of my other videos, you would have seen that. And she was in the little sled toboggan thing, and we just tow the kids around behind the 4-wheeler motorbike at my in-laws' place. And just, I love the delight on her face, and so I called it #delight. So that's that one. This one would have to be one of my favourite layouts that I made with this kit, and I'm just called it Hello Mum because when I was feeding her, she just loves to play it up for the camera. She was just having some lunch in the high chair. And this one is also for my Finding Lemonade series, and I called it Embellishment Inspiration, I think. And I went with banners and got my favourite bits and pieces from the Wonder collection again. Of course, I had to use the B for Brielle, and then I just embellished it all up. And I love how it's on banners, strung on like banners. So that's that one. And of course, I was so happy to use the fox mask. Now these ones I've just made over the last 2 days, and one for each child. Now, this paper came in the embellishment add-on, and when Azaria saw it, she had to have it. It had to be hers. So I wanted to use this photo. They studied this book at school of photos. She's 6. And in it were kids with their favourite toys, kind of very artistically shot in different places in their house with their toys around them. And so we had to, for homework, replicate that. And so we took a photo of her on her couch, and these are some of her favourite toys. So, by the way, that is a Pillow Pet rabbit with missing ears, but she still loves it. So I cut this paper along the lines of the houses. I knew that I wanted them to kind of stagger down or up, and then I wanted to build slightly behind, and I've lifted the tops of them up on pop dots, and it needed something between the photo, the layers, and the embellishment in the houses. So I did the packaging technique with some yellow watercolour, and I've done splatters up there. And at the last minute I added the word lovely, and I'm not sure if I like that, but she's lovely, and I think it kind of fills a gap. And I've been quite inspired by Missy Wooden lately, and I love the way Missy creates she doesn't hold back, and she is amazing with mixed media, and the next layout really is influenced by her. So that's that one, and I called it Your Favourite Things, and I had to outline with black pen because these were just getting lost in the houses. So this one is Brielle, and I knew I wanted to use the house paper on this one as well, and this is her helping with the dishwasher. As soon as she could crawl, she'd start getting up on the door, and then eventually now she'll help me unpack. So I've called it Whoa, Dishwasher Adventure. And for this one, I wanted to use up the rest of that triangle paper, so I cut them all out. And I had several of these acetate triangles left as well, and I've just layered them all together. I did some of the packaging technique underneath, and you can't see that much of it. And then I had cut these hearts for something else, and I've just outlined them and added them. And at the last minute, I just tucked these houses in, and I've popped up the top ones on pop dots. I'd also added some twine onto this Discover jar, which I think is quite appropriate for her discovering the dishwasher. So that's that one. And this is the final one that I made. I made this last night, and I found this photo of Sam from 2008. So he was only 18 months then, and it was about Father's Day at church. They had this competition for the husbands and kids, and so someone took a photo and gave it to us, and I'm so grateful for it. Now, the most exciting thing with this one is that I cut my own title on my silhouette. I learnt how to weld, and so I'm so stoked with how that turned out. It's quite subtle, but I wanted to pull in some of the kind of wood grain colours that are in this, and I think it works really well with this. It's spring. It's a spring photo, and it's still not that warm in spring here, so all I did was layer up, and I inked the edges with some chalk ink, and I think in a grey colour, and just layered up my bits behind the photo, and just had the embellishment kept quite close with the XOXO, and I put the love up there, and once again it's floating. I don't know if I like it that much, but it's done now. And I thought the deer head, this was the perfect page to use a deer head on a page about my boys. So yeah, that's that one, and I'm really happy with how they turned out. I could probably make another one. I may do. I'm just not sure. I think I really need to move on now with my next kit, and it's been sitting there for a while. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed seeing what I created, and I know I love watching other people's killer kit videos, so I hope you enjoyed it. I do want to say welcome to my new subscribers, and thank you to all the people that leave amazing sweet comments on my layouts. I read each and every one, and I'm doing my best to reply to them all. Also want to apologise for anyone whose videos I normally watch and I haven't. I've been inundated with work at the moment and doing my best to get through them. I've got quite a long watch list, so yeah, I have best intentions of watching all your videos. I love the community here on YouTube. It's just awesome, and yeah, I'll be back soon with some more videos for you. So I'll speak to you then. See you later.